When we get to an age where we finally are at a place where we are a senior leader, we're ready to be senior leaders, or we have become a senior leader, this is what happens. When you ask somebody out front, like, well, what do you think about parents? It's like, oh, most important job in the world. Like, it's amazing. I mean, they're bringing up our future. So, like, we should be elevating parents. But if you go in and then kind of say, awesome, I know I'm so important and I've really been doing amazing things for our community and our world. Now, can I have a job? Like, I'd like to come back to be employed right now. And then they say, and they're like, well, you haven't been doing anything. What have you been doing? I did this 3 times. And it kind of rocks your world just a little. So guess what? I was out for 10 years. One of the worst things a career coach ever said to me, he said, just put in 1 line in your resume explaining what you've been doing for the last 10 years. I wanted to reach across the desk and strangle him and say, can you explain 10 years of your life in 1 line?
But it's difficult to believe in your own value if no one else sees it.
The skill set that they developed is valuable. There's value in it. And that's what I want to tell my parents, that's what I want to tell anybody who's career transitioning, is to look at the skills that you've developed and see how is it relevant to the business that you're trying to get into. Oh, gentle, gentle, gentle. Really, it's no different than anybody else shifting careers. The Gen X generation, we're in this place where we have literally been torn, and we've been brought up to believe we can be anybody that we want to be and that we should. And we've been brought up by parents like my mom who are like, oh, I always wanted to be a scientist, or I always wanted to be an architect. And so you can go do that. You go live those dreams. And yet they still had these old traditional viewpoints about them. So we grew up with this battling happening in us. So to me, what this let me know is that this belief that women are associated with the home is so strong that it's affecting even my 8-year-old, despite the fact that it goes against what he sees. And I think our generation is having to kind of rewrite the rules about who we are, and we're fighting the last vestiges of this 1950s belief of the homemaker, and trying to say, like, hey, you know what? I did stay with my kids. I made that choice to walk away from my career and stay with my kids, but I also was brought up to believe in my ability to do anything and to be a critical thinker and a problem solver. So these are all the ways that I'm affecting my community and I'm getting involved. Look at what's real and what's perceived. What's really you? What do you really believe in? Versus what the world has told you about who you are and what you're supposed to be.
I believe it's time for us to re-examine our beliefs around what it means to be a parent and recognize that there's true professional development value in the time we spend in this role.